And 3, 2, 1. Eric, welcome back. You're back.
Hello.
Have you done anything interesting lately?
Not really. I cleaned my room. That's about it.
You party animal. Play a lot of video games?
Been taking care of puppies, and yeah, I've been playing a lot of Final Fantasy 14.
Good, because we are about to talk about video game movies. Welcome to the newest episode of Super Dario Brothers.
Super Dario Brothers! New challenger approaches!
It's a me,
Dario!
Stop it! Give me the mic!
All right, so welcome back. As always, any comments, questions, or suggestions, you can find me at Dario the Show on Instagram or at Super Dario Pure World. Eric is a weeb, and he doesn't want you to find him, so...
I'm a hermit, not a weeb.
Yeah, whatever. Just don't find him. Neat. He's a neat. And
yeah.
I've been watching Welcome to the NHK. Love it. So ridiculous. I love it. It's the best. It's the most hilarious use of suicide I've ever seen in my life.
That's a good descriptor.
I know that's a really weird statement, but it was hysterical. Like I loved that I was laughing my ass off. Anyway, out of context.
We did a full episode on that one later.
Yes, definitely. Anyway, so there's been a lot of video game news lately. Everybody's excited for the PS5. Everybody's excited for the sex box. And
I'm excited for the PS5 because it's gonna be my PS4.
Definitely, yeah. And have you seen the pictures of Super Nintendo Land from Japan? They were just released, I believe, today. I did a whole podcast about it. I know you didn't listen, but have you seen the pictures?
I think I have. Is it like the aerial shots only?
Yep, the aerial shots.
I've seen those.
Yep,
yeah.
Opening up in Osaka soon. I already told everybody that you're going back to Japan, and that since the government of Japan is paying for like half the tickets, I was like, I'm in. Count me in.
Do it.
So let's immediately add that to the agenda. We're going to Osaka. We're going to Super Nintendo Land. That is on the books. On the fucking books. Do you agree?
Let's fucking do it.
All right. So let's get Super Nintendo has to do with video games. There's a lot of Nintendo movies out there, but
not many good ones.
That's debatable. But there's one thing that I wanted to talk about before we get into like the best video game movies, the worst, which one should be made, because there's a lot that we can go through there. The thing that actually caught my attention about video games and that I wanted to talk about video games is that I saw the headline was basically feminists are upset with Sonic the Hedgehog. And that's Sonic the Hedgehog movie. Did you watch it? Did you see the movie?
I did.
What'd you think?
I think it's in the top tier of video game movies, but that's not necessarily a high bar.
It's like the world's tallest dwarf. I get it. It's
and I enjoyed it. I think it was like if I had seen it as a kid when I was a really big Sonic fan, I would have totally been into it.
Yeah. Overall, it's a fun movie. Jim Carrey's great, a great Robotnik. He's
I would watch a sequel.
Exactly. So it was fun. Overall, it was fun. Did you
Yes.
feel like it was sexist and homophobic and stuff like that?
Oh my god, I was thinking of the whole goddamn movie.
Right? It's
I'm
because
happy they're finally talking about it.
there's somebody that's the beauty. That's the power of the mic, man. It's the power of the mic. But yeah, I saw that headline. I was like, what? How is Sonic the Hedgehog pissing off feminists? And the only thing I could think of is it because he's naked the whole time? Could it be that? Could it possibly be that just he's a dude, he's a male, and he's walking around naked the whole time? Turns out
Do we even know he's a male? We don't ever see his pee-pee, and he's naked.
But he's a male. He has a girlfriend and stuff.
Women can have girlfriends.
You know what? That is a fact. You know what? I guess I'm the sexist here. I'm the homophobic, bigoted one. So, whoops, this is not going well. Anyway. So I started looking into it, and apparently it all started from like a tweet, right? And it's first off, Twitter is garbage, but it leads to
I don't know why you check it.
Yeah, and it basically a tweet said that I took my husband and 2 sons to go see #Sonic movie and was appalled to hear homophobic slurs used throughout the movie. Luckily, Birds of Prey was showing in the next room, and my family had a much better experience. So the conspiracy theory here is that since Sonic the Hedgehog and Birds of Prey were on at the same time. Birds of Prey is a Harley Quinn movie, and feminists were trying really, really hard pushing that one, which sucked.
Didn't it bomb?
Oh, it bombed terribly because the movie's terrible. And
I didn't even know it was a superhero movie.
You didn't know it was a superhero movie? Well,
No, I don't watch trailers and shit, so I was like, what is this movie about birds? I don't want to watch it.
I don't like hawks. They're stupid.
I don't like birds. They're evil.
Well, that's why they had to switch out the name. It used to be Birds of Prey, the something Emancipation of Harley Quinn, this glamour, this I don't know, the stupid something. But they switched it to Harley Quinn, Birds of Prey after the first week because it did so terrible. Anyway,
They changed the actual movie name?
yeah, they changed the actual movie name while it was in theaters, precisely because of what you just said right now, because people couldn't figure it out.
Oh, that's just confusing.
I know, but it was
Like, okay, you make a movie called The Avengers, and The Avengers is big enough so that people are gonna know. Oh, it's Iron Man, it's Captain America, it's all this. But Birds of Prey, I don't like. I've read a couple of comics. I've never been too deep into them, and I've never heard of them.
I know about Birds of Prey because first off, I saw the TV show. There used to be a Birds of Prey TV show. I'm never gonna forget it. I think it lasted for only one season, but I found it super interesting. And I also know a lot about the Bat Family. And I really like one of the main characters there, Huntress, Lover. And so if you know about the Bat Family, you know about Birds of Prey. The thing is, and the thing that really upset me from the very beginning, is that Harley Quinn is not a fucking bird of prey. She's never been a part of the Birds of Prey. I did a podcast about that. I read off every single character that's ever been a bird of prey. Comic book, show, anything. Harley Quinn was not fucking in there. But that's neither here nor there, I guess.
It's like the NWO, brother.
Exactly. And so the conspiracy theory is that, all right, since they're competing at the same time, they're trying to put Sonic down, and they're trying to build Birds of Prey up. That was the conspiracy theory going on. Now,
I'm trying to think of the homophobic slurs used in Sonic.
I mean, there's so many you probably didn't notice them. Also, you're a bigot, so you don't even notice that type of stuff. Probably.
I mean, I was mostly focused on the racism.
Yeah, of course. Of course.
I mean, just I guess the sexism just sort of slipped my mind.
And also the animal abuse, that poor turtle. Anyway.
Yeah, dang.
So that's where that came from. And I started, doing research. By the way, don't watch Birds of Prey. It's garbage. It's garbage. I've been saying that for a really long time. Actually, a part of me wants you to watch it just so that you can join me in ripping it to shreds. But
I haven't even watched Captain Marvel.
Good. You know what? Good on you. Good.
I feel like I should, just because I think they're gonna make her like a main player, but
I hope they don't, because it was terrible. Like the moment, well, the half where she has powers, she's terrible. The half where she doesn't have powers, she's actually a likable chick. It's really weird. It makes no sense, but that's terrible writing for you. And they ruined a whole bunch of characters. It's not fun. Anyway, so I saw this about Sonic the Hedgehog, and I was like, what the fuck, man? Sonic's a cool dude. Why are they ripping on my boy Sonic? And
it was chili dogs.
And actually, Sonic is a perfect example of listening to your fans. Do you remember the first Sonic the Hedgehog trailer, how he looked like a fucking alien? It was one of the most
memes.
Horrifying things I've ever seen in my life. It was the teeth. It was brutal. And Sony and everybody ripped them to shreds. And they were like, you know what?
Pretty brutal.
You know what? We're going to delay this puppy. We're going to fix it. And
I remember his legs were like human legs. And
yeah, no, it was very disturbing. The hands. Ugh. I don't know.
It's shocking that, the studio making the movie could create a bigger abomination than the Sonic fan base. Have you seen some of the shit that they make?
No. I mean, I've seen the meme that he just looks like he's on meth, which is brutal. But
no, there's a rabbit hole in the Sonic fandom that you don't want to go down.
I do not now. I'm scared. If you're saying that it's more horrifying than the thing from the trailer, ugh. But the thing is that it's a perfect example of we listened to the fans and we gave the fans what they wanted, and voila, it turns out that it was actually a pretty decent movie and it was financially successful.
I am willing to buy into the conspiracy theory that this was the plan the whole time.
Honestly, if it was, good on them, because it was a ton of free publicity for them. It was great. Mm-hmm. And I said I was going to watch the movie. If they fixed that, they did, and I was like, all right, okay, I'm going to watch the movie. Now I'm going to be excited to watch the movie, and not just going for the free one. I'll actually pay to watch it. So
the movie was actually fine.
Yeah, it was okay. It was exactly what I would have expected from a Sonic movie. Sonic has never been really a masterpiece in video games, in TV shows, and nothing. It's been good. It's been consistently good, I would say.
Well, not consistently.
Well, I haven't played every single game, but I mean that there's really nothing I can remember off the top of my head that I'm like, with Sonic, that was garbage. Like, that was just a waste of my time. It's like, all right, okay, I watched it, it's fine.
Sonic 06, Sonic and the Secret Ring, Sonic and the Black Knight.
I haven't played any of those.
Shadow the Hedgehog.
I haven't played any of those, so that's why I've been safe. I've been safe. I guess I only played the good ones.
Fair enough.
Yeah, but also I was excited for the return of Jim Carrey. Anyway, so that's the thing that led me to, all right, let's talk about video game movies here, and we have a lot of ones that are upcoming. I don't know if you know this. I've actually been kind of ripping on it for quite a bit. There's a few ones that are coming. Let me just read them to you real quick. We got Monster Hunter that's coming out on September 4th, 2020. I think it's a bad idea. The lead here is Mila Jovovich. Do you know who she is?
Yes.
I love her. Yes. I love her. Love her to death.
The movies suck balls. But...
Exactly. Not a great actress, but I love that woman. Probably the most beautiful woman in the world, or debatably.
I mean, given the fact that she's always really dirty in those movies and she still looks fantastic.
Exactly. Lilu from The Fifth Element. Love her. Is maybe my first crush ever. Anyway, I don't know how I feel about this Monster Hunter movie. Because have you seen the poster? Look up the poster right now. I don't know if there's a trailer yet, and it's coming out September 4th.
Have you played Monster Hunter?
I have, but not for more than an hour. Because I only had an hour free time, and I just bought it. I was like, all right, let me check this out. And I was like, oh, this is fun. And then I never went back to it because I was playing another game at the same time. And
in that hour, you probably saw the whole story then.
So I hear.
It's a game that's 100% based on its gameplay.
Yeah. So what the fuck's the movie gonna be about? I mean, if you got a movie called Monster Hunter, you can do a lot with it. It's a big world. There's a lot of stuff you can do. But what's the point? What's the point? They're gonna have to create an original story here, but I don't see it. Like, I want it to be good because I want my girl Mila to do okay, but I don't see what the movie's gonna be. It's really really stressful.
I'm honestly kind of curious.
Mm-hmm.
Just, you know, that morbid curiosity of, I mean, I see Mila Jovovich here with a big ass sword and what looks to be Utah, maybe.
Yeah, listen, I have issues because I think you can do.
You do have issues,
of course. Live action video game movies have not gone well at all. However,
historically, no.
However, video game shows based on video games do moderately okay. The perfect example for that live action would be The Witcher, and they showed you kind of what you have to do. You have to first off invest a lot of money into it. Two, make the story longer. Actually give it room to breathe. It works out because in a video game you need a lot of room to breathe, right? You need time to actually enjoy what's going on.
It's hard to condense
30 hours of gameplay.
30-hour experience into 2 hours.
Exactly. And
it's easier onto a TV show, and you still have to cut out a lot of stuff.
Yep, you have to cut out a lot of the fat. And another one that I actually just recently watched that Netflix also did, Castlevania. Great adaptation, animated. Animated, I think, works out better because you don't have to invest as much money. But it was overall a highly enjoyable experience from beginning to end. I love it. In fact, I think it got better as the show went on.
So I think the difference, because I don't think Castlevania was necessarily a great adaptation of the video game, but it hit the right notes. You know, it showed you different boss fights of the games and different characters that have appeared throughout the franchise, but it doesn't really tell the story of the games. The first 2 seasons tell the story of the third game, and very loosely.
Yeah.
While The Witcher was different because The Witcher was originally based off books.
Uh-huh.
So that was already an adaptation of an adaptation. So they had already kind of done the heavy lifting in that regard.
Mm-hmm. And so in here, it was kind of they were building up to do an original thing, which is season 3. Season 3 was kind of an original thing.
And I liked season 3 a lot. It's just my big problem is it's just, again, an entire season of setup
Yeah,
which I'm sure is going to pay off really cool in the next season. But
I don't know, man. That I was very upset. I blanked out on the name of the chick and the dude. I don't know why I blanked out.
Trevor and Sci-Fi, I think. Yeah,
Sci-Fi. All right, and Sci-Fi and who?
Trevor.
Oh yeah, thank you, Trevor. Right, the main character. Now, at first I thought that their storyline was stupid because it was like, what the hell are they even? They're dealing with priests. These dudes just
their storyline was really fucking boring.
Yeah, these dudes just dealt with fucking Dracula, and now they're dealing with priests. This is fucking boring. And then you reach the end, and you're like, holy shit! This is definitely not above their pay grade. This is madness.
The end of the season did bring my favorite line of, "You did all this for Vlad fucking Tepish."
Vlad fucking Tepish. No, isn't it Vlad Bloody Tepish?
No, it's Vlad fucking Tepish.
Anyway, so to me that was a good adaptation, and it keeps showing the same thing. You need to make something longer. So when it comes to movies,
you have to make it different.
Yeah. So a Monster Hunter movie, if it were animated, I'm okay because I'm pretty sure that the moves they're gonna make with a gigantic fucking sword will be ridiculous as fuck. So I'm worried how that's gonna look. A lot. Yeah. I'm sure that after I see the first trailer, I'm gonna be like, "This is hot garbage. I don't care anymore." But
yeah, have you seen any of the Resident Evil 3D movies?
No, I saw the first one.
Yeah, the 3D animation movies, they're actually pretty good. Like, the stories are generally pretty shitty and it's very, very tropey.
Uh-huh.
But the actual animation and the fight scenes, they really stand out, and they're pretty crazy.
The first 3D one is the one where Wesker appears, right? Wexler? Wesker?
Wait, are you thinking of the Mila movies?
Yeah.
No, I mean the 3D animation movies.
Okay, gotcha. Because there's Resident Evil 3D. Yeah, it was right after Avatar, and everybody was making 3D movies.
Was the third Resident Evil with the Paul what is the name? Paul W. Anderson, something like that?
Paul W.S. Anderson.
Paul W.S. Anderson.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. Was the third one 3D?
I think so. Either the third one or the fourth one. I know that there is definitely a 3D Resident Evil movie because that's the last. No, I saw one in the desert then, and then I saw one in a prison. I've seen a lot of those movies. I just don't remember them because they're really forgettable. And
I've seen them all except the last one.
And fun fact: guess who's directing Monster Hunter? Paul W.S. Anderson.
Well, isn't he married to Mila?
Really? That lucky son of a bitch. Seriously? Let me just check that real quick. Because I may just hate this man forever just because of that alone.
I mean, I respect them, like they can just go around making shitty movies that people watch and make lots of money.
He proposed to Jovovich in 2013. Engaged on an offer for 4 years. Jovovich revealed that they're expecting a third. Yep. Either they're married. You know what? I hate that guy, but good on him.
I respect him.
Yeah, I respect him. I hate him, and I respect him for the exact same reason. The reason.
But the point is, I don't mean those Resident Evil movies.
All right.
I mean, there are some Resident Evil movies made with 3D animation. I think it's called Degeneration and Retribution.
No, I'll have to look them up. But again, that's not what this is going to be. Monster Hunter is live action.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, a lot of video game movies, I feel, would just be better if it was made with animation.
Definitely. I 100% agree there. But
for example, I actually think something like Game of Thrones would have been way better if it was like an anime.
Yep, because the things that the characters do in those books, real humans can't do. It's impossible. It's physically impossible for the actors to do what they're requested to do there because these are dudes that train there every single day of their lives with fucking swords.
And most of them are kids.
Exactly. Maybe Henry Cavill could pull it off because dude's a psycho, but anybody else, I don't see it. But anyway, that's Monster Hunter that's coming up. 2021, we're getting a new Mortal Kombat, which I'm very excited about because it looks like it's finally going to be good.
Yeah, Mortal Kombat might. Well, actually, the first one I'm gonna defend a little bit. That's a fun movie.
I liked it. I really liked it. It's
second one's kind of boss.
What? What's wrong with the second one?
Kind of boss.
With Jax?
I just stopped watching it after they killed off Johnny Cage.
Yeah, dude, that was brutal, and for no fucking reason. It was the most ridiculous thing ever. But we'll talk about. We'll go through the list. Don't worry about it. Anyway, I'm excited for the next Mortal Kombat. There's going to be a second Tomb Raider. Did you watch the latest Tomb Raider with what's her name? The girl who won the Academy Award. Who is?
Yeah, not Angelina.
Exactly, not Angelina Jolie. What's her name? Because she's an extremely beautiful girl too, but I don't remember her name. Where are you? Where are you? Alicia Vikander.
No, I didn't. I heard it was pretty much just the first game of the reboot, but the cutscenes. Like, it was just a live adaptation of that. And I already played the reboot, so.
Yeah, I did not hear great things of it either. Like,
heard it was fine, mostly.
I didn't hear anything good of it, and so
that's the thing with video game movies. A lot of the times it's just
forgettable,
not that fun. You know,
yeah.
We remember the ones that are really shitty,
yeah,
and the ones that are pretty good,
yeah.
But there's a lot of just average in there. Like, you remember the Doom movie?
I do remember the Doom movie with The Rock. And
there's one good scene in that movie, and that's at the end where
it is actually
person,
Doom. Yeah,
when it turns into a video game.
What's this dude's name? Judge Dredd. Aomer. What the fuck's his name? Carl Urban.
He's Aomer.
Well, right now he's well, have you seen Amazon the new show The Boys?
No.
Dude, his character there is awesome. I can't remember his name because I'm terrible with names, but let's just move on. There's going to be a Minecraft movie in 2022, which I have no idea what the fuck it's going to be about because I don't play Minecraft.
It'll probably sell like fucking pancakes.
Definitely. And the last one, the one that I've actually talked about a lot, which was supposed to be shooting already but got delayed, is Uncharted. Now, here are the stars of the movie. Tom Holland
as Nathan Drake?
Yep. Mark Wahlberg and Antonio Banderas. Those are the stars of the movie, and it's being directed by Ruben Fletcher. Do you know who Ruben Fletcher is?
Ruben Fletcher.
Uh-huh.
Why does he sound familiar?
Because he directed a little movie called Zombieland, and he also directed Venom. So
I never saw Venom.
I hate you. You're very lucky. It was a horrible experience. It was brutal.
I heard it was like a 6.
It takes place in San Francisco.
I mean, it's a 0 automatically.
Right? Yes. Eddie Brock is supposed to be in New York. Are you fucking kidding me? Anyway, the movie is just beyond stupid. But that's the cast. And here's the thing. Let's say it was supposed to shoot in around March, right? They were going to shoot in Germany in March. And in February, the director hadn't been confirmed yet. Ruben Fletcher. Yeah.
That's a good sign.
That is a terrible sign. Honestly, I think that the lockdown is the greatest thing that could have happened to this fucking film. Because it gave him time to actually work on the fucking script. I have no idea what they're doing. You play all the Uncharted games, right?
Yeah.
And it's basically one very long movie.
Not really. I would say each it's more Indiana Jonesy. In the sense of it's kind of like, there are a few recurring characters, but it's mostly just individual adventures.
Yeah, I know.
And the fourth one is by far the best one.
I mean, each game is like a movie.
Yeah. It's very, very narrative based. Naughty Dog loves making their cinematic shit.
Yeah. So it should adapt pretty well. The thing is that if you're going to make it into a movie, this is, again, a 30-hour experience that has a lot of fucking story in it. And you're going to chip it down, and you're going to get a director at the last second to jump into it. It's hard. It's hard to make a fucking movie. It's hard to write a script. It's hard to plan out every single shot. And you know who has to do that? The director. And you gave him, less than a month? And unless he already had the script, or he didn't have any say whatsoever in the script. So, to me, that's all. What self-respecting director would do that unless, they're throwing him mountains of money, in which case I'd fucking do it. But it makes no sense. To me, that movie was going to be, like, beyond garbage, which sucks because I like Tom Holland, I like Mark Wahlberg, and I like Antonio Banderas. But the lockdown might be, like, the saving grace.
It sounds to me like, because if Tom Holland, like, I know he's an adult,
mm-hmm.
but he doesn't look like one.
No, he looks like a toddler.
Yeah, so I'm thinking it would be during Nathan Drake's younger years.
It says
when he was.
Yeah, the film will serve as a prequel to the games, revealing the oranges of Nathan Drake and Victor Sullivan. So Mark Wahlberg is going to play Sully.
And I'm guessing. Well, no, I'm guessing Antonio Banderas is not going to be his brother.
No, I'm guessing
That'd be funny.
I'm guessing he's going to be the villain.
Probably. I mean, Uncharted 4 it's kind of delves into that, like Nathan Drake's younger years and how he met Sully and his adventures with his brother and all that stuff. So maybe they're just going to make a movie off that and then they're going to change actors for the later years?
I have no idea. To me, it should have been Nathan Fillion, but I guess he's too old now to do it. You know who Nathan Fillion is?
Firefly.
Yep. Who basically Nathan Drake looks exactly like Nathan Fillion, except maybe the nose.
Yeah, it's like Hugh Jackman and Solid Snake.
I don't see it. Wait.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Think about it.
A little, I guess. Well, I guess it would be more like Ellie and Ellen Page.
That's fair. That's fair.
By the way, Hugh Jackman
would be a good Joel.
Hugh Jackman would make an amazing Joel.
Well, the thing with The Last of Us is that there's already a Last of Us movie and it's called Logan.
Yeah, and it was great. They should have just left it there. But all right, those are the upcoming ones. And now let's go into which do you think is the worst video game movie ever? Because before we go, all right, name your best.
Final Fantasy Spirits Within.
That's the worst?
Yeah.
All right, what's the best?
I didn't know you were going to ask a hard question.
Or your favorite. It doesn't have to be the best, just your favorite.
I don't want to pick, I'm totally not Googling right now.
I mean, you want me to read you some of the... You want me to go through some of these so that it'll give you an idea?
Best video game movies. Well, I actually do like the original Tomb Raider movies with Angelina. That might just be because I saw him as a teenager, and I love me some Angelina Jolie.
Your first crush? I mean, I can tell you some of my favorites.
Yeah, go for it.
All right, so to me, my absolute favorite is Final Fantasy Advent Children. Love that movie. Love it.
I was actually thinking of saying that one.
You're not sure if it counts?
It's not a video game movie, right?
It's the wrap-up of a video game, I guess. But it is a movie based on a video game. But all right, let's keep that one out.
It doesn't tell the story of Final Fantasy VII, yeah.
Yeah, let's put a pin on that one. Let's keep it separate.
Although I guess you could argue Final Fantasy Spirits Within is its own thing as well, so...
I don't know, but
it's not based on any game.
Yeah, but let's keep it separate because it's actually more like the ending of the video game.
Sure, but also the story's kind of balls, but it's a fun movie.
It's a fun movie. So if I have to take that one out, then to me, my favorite video game movie, and this is pure fucking nostalgia, but it has to be Pokemon the movie. I remember watching that thing.
That is cheating.
Why is it cheating? Why is it cheating?
Because Pokemon's an anime.
But that's not cheating. Why is it cheating?
Yes, it is.
But it's a movie based on a video game.
But it's based off the Pokemon anime.
But it's the best one. I remember being 10 years old when it came out, seeing people cry in the movie theater. It was great. It was a great movie all around.
Sure, but it's not a video game movie.
It is a video game movie.
Not a goddamn video game movie.
All right, fine. So I guess that one doesn't count either. Then, damn. Now it gets difficult. Now it gets a little bit difficult for me. Because I like the Mortal Kombat movies. I know they're bad.
I like the first one. I do like it.
I know. Listen, I know it's bad. All right, and in a technical standpoint, I know it's bad, but I like it. That is the thing. I liked it. I remember. I know the worst one that I've seen. Well, maybe not the worst one that I've seen, but the one that I didn't like by a lot was Max Payne with Mark Wahlberg. I hated it. I did not understand pretty much nothing that happened. I thought they wanted to be Sin City, but it was terrible. And I really liked.
It was very forgettable.
Yeah, I really liked the Max Payne game. I really liked the Max Payne the story. so it was bad. So if I have to pick, you know what? How about Detective Pikachu? Does that count?
I think I like Sonic better.
Really? I really enjoy. Yeah. I really like Detective Pikachu. But again,
I like looking at the real life Pokemon, quote unquote,
how
and,
work and stuff like that. Yeah, it's not
honestly,
logical at all.
I felt like it was really tame for what the entire concept of it was.
True, and
didn't go in
Sonic
depth a lot.
Sonic does have a better villain though, and by a lot.
Yeah.
And by a lot. It's not perfect. It still has a lot of flaws, but it's definitely a way better villain than the dude from Harry Potter, who sucks balls and who everybody could see coming a mile away.
Yeah.
But I don't know. So wait, all right. So if you have to pick one off the top of your head, just
best.
I'm just gonna go. Fuck it, Mortal Kombat. I'll just go for it. I don't give a fuck. Just because it's fun, and again, it might be just pure nostalgia here. But if Final Fantasy Advent Children doesn't count, and if Pokemon the movie doesn't count, then fine, I'll go with that one.
Damn.
Just pick something. Just go with your gut. Go with your gut, bro.
Okay, Final Fantasy Advent Children counts.
Oh, you fucker! You son of a bitch! Hate you. All right, yeah, whatever. It's then we agree.
Yeah. Or if I have to have another pick, I do like the second Resident Evil live action with Mila.
On the city with Raccoon City.
Yeah, in Raccoon City where they fight Nemesis and all that. I always like that setting.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, I forgot about this movie. I just found it right here. The 2006 Silent Hill movie. That's actually a good movie.
Really?
Yeah.
I've never been a Silent Hill guy, so I didn't even watch the movie. But it's good?
Yeah, it has Sean Bean in it.
Seriously?
Yeah.
I'm gonna watch it now. I'm a Sean Bean guy.
It's actually it's no masterpiece, but it goes into the similar themes of the Silent Hill franchise, and yeah, it's not a masterpiece, but it's very watchable and it's kind of good.
All right, and you're a big horror movie guy, so I'll take your word on that one. All right,
yeah.
Which video game?
Don't watch the sequel. It's one of the worst ones I've seen.
Get caveat. All right.
Yeah.
Which video game movie would you which video game would you like to see become a movie? More like the one that you think would work the best.
Well, those are two different questions.
All right, which one would you like to see the most?
Which one would I like to see the most? Originally, I thought Mass Effect.
Which it's set up for it in a way, but the
thing is, it's based on a lot of choices.
Yeah, the charm of it is all the choices.
Yeah, so I mean, you would have to pick one route and stick with it, and I feel like the presentation is already good enough. So you don't need to make it a movie.
Exactly, it's exactly what it was intended to be. Now, for me, I'll give you some room to think about it. To me, the one that I would really want to see, because I think it would be pretty good, and there's been rumors about it forever. Halo, I think is set up to be an amazing fucking live action film, and there were rumors back in the early 2000s about Peter Jackson's making it, and there was some fan made stuff that looked pretty fucking cool. All the equipment, all fighting against the big gorillas that I forget their names.
That was a fucking lie.
Yeah, I know. It was brutal. It was heartbreaking, but it looked pretty cool. And you're like, all right, I would follow this. Like, imagine a movie of Reach. Halo Reach would be phenomenal. Like, it's a self-contained story.
Honestly, I think Reach is the strongest individual story of any of the Halo games.
So actually, a series of Reach would be great. But even if a self-contained movie, it would be great. So have you heard Hunt the Truth yet? The podcast Hunt the Truth? The podcast
one that's like in character with the creation of John Spartan and all that?
Yeah, it's a podcast about the dude who's investigating the events before Halo Guardians. And it's before Halo Guardians, because in Halo Guardians, Master Chief kind of goes off, he goes rogue.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's about a reporter who's investigating his life story and how he's realize that it's all a big government conspiracy, and there's a whole bunch of lies surrounding him, and that's around the same time when Master Chief goes rogue, and it's a whole big clusterfuck of government shenanigans. But it's really interesting. So that alone, too, like, it's a world that's set up for a lot of really interesting stuff. So I would like to see something be done there, and I think it could be done in a way that doesn't do a disservice to the video game.
True. I've been looking at a couple of lists here. And
because you're a cheater, right?
Yeah, one of them that kind of caught my eye is Grand Theft Auto / Red Dead Redemption.
All right.
One of those stories, maybe.
Okay.
I think GTA 5 would be cool because you have multiple protagonists and they're interacting.
Again, that one would have to be a show.
Yeah, and I'm also thinking, I mean, GTA already has a bunch of inspirations from movies.
Yeah, like Vice City is freaking basically, what was it? Scarface, yeah. So
would it even be that original? Maybe. Like, the stories are good, the writing is great, but if I had to go one that's fully a video game, I'm gonna go a prequel to BioShock.
BioShock, interesting.
Yep.
It's for those in the audience who don't know what BioShock is, what's it about? I'm assuming that everybody knows what Halo is, so because it's such a big fucking title. Yeah. But what's BioShock?
Well, BioShock, actually, the BioShock collection will be coming out next month. In case you all want to buy it for the Switch,
it's already out.
It is.
It came out this week. Yeah.
I was gonna get it on PC anyway.
You did. I think I already have it. I think I have it for the PS4. I own the first one. I'm not even sure which games I own anymore. It's brutal.
Yeah. Well, the point is, the premise is it's about this underwater city, built by this ideological guy who's very power to the people and very, every man for himself. And, this is like a city that's supposed to be like a utopia. And everybody can succeed as to the best of their abilities. And about how that all goes to shit.
All right.
And there's like this drug that gets created called Atom, and people start getting infected, not infected, but it gives them superpowers. So they start becoming addicted, and the whole thing the society collapses in on itself, and you show up after this whole collapse. So the way the story is told is you arrive in a little submarine, and you're exploring this apparently abandoned city, but it's filled with these junkies who's work crazy.
What the hell is that noise?
Motorcycle.
Oh, okay. What the hell is happening? Continue.
Yeah, filled with these crazy junkies and all this old school artwork, and you're kind of piecing together what happened here through audio tapes, and that's how the story is told. It would be really cool,
like an investigation.
Yeah, kind of. The main character himself is, you don't even see his face.
Yeah.
It's more about what you're discovering about this place. The main character itself is the city, is the setting. It's what happened, how different factions were created, how there was a power struggle.
So a prequel about the city would be pretty interesting. I'm following you.
Yeah, and a few of the games, a few of the sequels kind of go into a little bit into the prequel territory of what happened, but going fully into what led to the downfall of Rapture, the city. That would be a pretty good damn film.
Yeah. Now, to me, the one that I would like to see animated, preferably a TV show, but an animated something, Legend of Zelda. I think that could be great. Live action, I think it would be way too stupid. So if I had to invest in it, I would go for the animated version. And one that I've never played any of these games. You have. However, from what I've heard or what I've seen, the style looks cool and the story seems interesting. Would Fire Emblem work for a movie or TV show?
No, but it would work for an anime.
All right. Why?
Because it is an anime.
All right, there you go. So that's
it's very tropey, and it doesn't actually go way more serious than you would expect at times.
all right.
Like it is a teen young adult story usually.
All right. So another question: if you have to cast a Kratos, who would you pick for God of War? Like off the top of my head, I'm between two dudes. It would be Vin Diesel or The Rock. Off the top of my head,
I think the Rock is too charismatic.
he's too likable.
I think he's too charismatic to play Kratos. Kratos is not fucking likable.
That's true. That's why Vin Diesel would actually be better.
He's too short.
Ah, that is true. So
if you could have the Rock's body, but Vin Diesel's personality,
they'd be great.
Perfect.
They'd be perfect. Perfect. All right. So who would you pick?
Who would I pick? Shoot. Stone Cold Steve Austin. I don't
Stone Cold Steve Austin. All right. Fair enough. But
I always said the Triple H should have been Thor.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Chris Hemsworth is doing a really great job. He's doing a really great job.
Sure, but in the mid 2000s,
of course,
Triple H was Thor.
Exactly. He's unfortunately he's just too old. But all right, let's move on to the list. Let's just go through this really quickly because it's like 50 movies. All right, and
well, also just real quick for like video game that I actually think would work better as a TV show and animated than Zelda, The Elder Scrolls.
But again, the beauty of it is all the options there, and you get free roam.
There's so much fucking lore within Elder Scrolls and the world. And the fun thing about Elder Scrolls lore is that technically none of it is canon.
All right, so
they literally say it from the beginning. Like this whole thing is, the unreliable narrator, and some of the things they don't quite fit in with one another, but that's because we're kind of incompetent writers. But it may just be.
Dude, that's a great way. Like them, Pontius Pilate is like, yeah, that's how you wash your hands for stuff. It's great. It's super clever.
Yeah. Genius. So the way they've done it is they pretty much every fan theory is quote unquote correct because they're like, genius. Yeah, it could have been that way. It could have been that way.
It's genius. Sure, why not? But all right, let's get into this list. It's 48 total. We're not going to go through all of them. I'm just going to go through the ones that caught my eye. This
the best ones, or what is the list?
I'll just go through all of them. Like the worst one here, and and it's the best video game movies ranked. So supposedly it's for all 48 video game movies that have ever been made. I'm guessing. So at the bottom,
I don't think that's accurate.
I actually feel redeemed because I did a review on this and it was basically crap. But it's Pokemon the movie, Mewtwo Strikes Back Evolution. Basically the Netflix version of the first Pokemon movie. So they made it 3D, and it's the same movie except worse. It's crappy. They took away most of the charm. They made it longer for no reason, and they made it dumber. It's so stupid. It's so stupid. It was such a waste of money. I don't know why they did it. And so the fact that it's all the way at the bottom of this list makes me feel redeemed, and I just had to say that. Moving on.
I mean, I think there are probably way worse movies, but
no, that's all the way at the bottom for a reason. Did you ever watch Alone in the Dark?
Yes, I did.
How is it? I didn't see it.
It's as shitty as the remake.
All right.
God damn.
You mean a movie with Tara Reid and Christian Slater wasn't good? Damn.
Yeah, it's I can't even crack a joke on it. There's nothing to say about it.
Oh, check it out. 42 Street Fighter: The Legend of Chun-Li. This is the one with Kristen Krug. Do you know who she is?
No.
She played Lana Lang in Smallville.
Well, I did not like her in Smallville.
No, she's not a very likable chick. Very beautiful girl, not very likable. And so that one's all the way down to 42. 41, we got Blood Rain. Blood Rain. Do you know the franchise? I think that's the first video game. That's the first video game character to appear on Playboy. That's why I remember it.
Yeah. Oh, it was Pam Anderson, right?
No, video game character. No, it's the redhead.
Yeah, wasn't Pam Anderson in the movie?
No, she wasn't. Or
which am I thinking of?
I think you're thinking of Blood Wire. Barbed Wire.
Hardwired?
No,
Barbed Wire. Barbed Wire.
Barbed Wire or something like that. No, Blood Rain is Kristana Lauren. That's who plays the girl. I can show you a picture. I'm gonna move it up here. Look up at the screen. That's her.
Oh, she's very pretty.
Yeah, she's a beautiful girl. But yeah, the first video game character ever to appear on the cover of Playboy is the character that she played. Anyway, that's the only reason why I mentioned that. Moving on, nice. 38, we have Halo Legends, which I don't think counts as a movie because it's just a bunch of shorts, and they're all very different, and they're all very good. So I don't know why it's all the way down at 38. Then I
saw a few of them. It was all right.
Yeah. Then we have Hitman Agent 47. Hitman with Zachary Quinto. Yeah, forgettable. 33, Need for Speed with Jesse from Breaking Bad.
You would think you just need to rip off Fast and Furious, right?
And they didn't. It was terrible. I have no idea how this movie was that bad, but it was. 32, we have Mortal Kombat Annihilation. Yeah. I liked it. I know it was bad, but I enjoyed it. I hated what they did with Raiden. I hated what they did with Johnny Cage. The moment the Raiden comes, first off, they changed the actor. Second off, because it used to be Highlander in the first one. The second one is Dexter's dad, I believe. And they cut off his hair. He comes down, and it's so stupid. But I remember enjoying it because it was so stupid. But I'm a fan of stupid things from time to time. And
I'm a fan of shitty kung fu films. I'll admit it.
Exactly, they have their moments. 31. This is atrocious. It's a disgrace that it's so low. Super Mario Brothers with John Leguizamo, Dennis Hopper, Bob Hopkins. That's
where we got the joke that your name is Dario, and I'm Eric Dario.
Yeah, what's your name? Luigi Mario, and your name Mario. I love it. It's such a stupid movie that it's great. It's like the epitome of.
But
the
it
90s.
Is a terrible video game movie.
It has nothing to do with the fucking Super Mario game. But it's great. It's a great, highly enjoyable bad movie.
It is fun to watch.
Yeah.
Which a lot of video game movies are just boring.
Exactly. Yoshi's a Velociraptor for some reason. It's great. What?
I actually remembered one that's pretty decent, but it might be in the list.
All right. Moving on. 28 Max Payne. Ugh. Should have been worse. 27 Final Fantasy: The Spirits Within, which I remember watching and not understanding a second of it. But I mean, like a second of it. I saw it.
Pretty sure the director didn't either.
All right, then good on everybody there. Number 25.
The animation's still pretty nice.
Yeah, it looked really good. It just didn't make any sense. Number 25, we got Lara Croft Tomb Raider: The Cradle of Life. That's the second with Miss Jolie there.
Okay. It's not as good as the first one, sure.
It's all the way down to 25. Number 24. It should be higher. Sonic the Hedgehog. Definitely.
It should be way higher.
24 is way, way too low. This thing will probably become like a movie franchise. I'm excited for it because it was fun and I want to see more Robotnik. So yeah, this one. You know what? I'm gonna put a vote up.
Good on you.
23. We got Street Fighter, the one with Jean-Claude Van Damme. Did you ever? Yes. Did you ever watch it?
No.
It is so bad, but it's so bad that it's enjoyable. It's one of those movies that I'm like, all right, you gotta watch it. You gotta watch this piece of crap because it's actually a fun piece of crap. It's the same thing as a Super Mario Brothers movie. Here, the main character is not. You know how usually in Street Fighter the main characters are Ryu and Ken? Well,
yeah.
Here it's the army dude. I forget his fucking name always.
Guile?
What?
Guile?
I think so. Yeah. And for some reason, like his best friend gets turned into Blanca. It's really. I think that's what I remember. It's so bad. It's actually enjoyable. It's one of those movies that you have to watch. Classic Jean-Claude Van Damme in the 90s. It's actually fun. 20 number 20, we got Resident Evil Extinction, which again,
that's the third one, and it sucks ass.
Yeah, it should not be above freaking fucking Sonic the Hedgehog. Let's see. Ooh, 18. We got Assassin's Creed with Michael Fassbender.
That's the one I was gonna say. It's actually decent.
the same complaint that I have about the video game, I have about the movie. The most interesting parts are the things in the past. They should have just taken out every single thing in the present. It was stupid. The machine makes no fucking sense. Nothing makes any fucking sense.
The games even stopped caring about the modern plot, and they just went full backwards.
Yeah, they just killed off the character. But it actually could have been...
God, Assassin's Creed 3 sucked balls.
It could have been actually a pretty decent movie if they would have just focused on the things happening in Spain. Like, honestly, I feel really bad for Michael Fassbender because he's a really good actor. Marion Cotillard, too. Jeremy Irons, too. But
I remember I had fun with it. Like, I didn't expect much.
I was expecting more. I think that was the issue. But it was...
That's what happens when you...
have expectations.
At that point, the Assassin's Creed franchise was in a rough spot. They've gotten better.
Really?
The last couple of years.
Yeah, they
Origins and Odyssey.
They also changed the style, right? It's not the same thing as it was before.
Yeah. I would have just made an adaptation of the Ezio story.
Yeah, honestly, it would have been a better idea, but I don't think they're going to do another one because this one did so poorly.
Plus, they need someone really charming to play Ezio Auditore da Firenze.
I think they can find somebody. Number 17, we got Doom that we already talked about with The Rock. The Rock. Honestly, the last sequence in the ending of the film makes the movie worth watching. Just that first person sequence makes it fun.
The rest of the movie is just it's a whatever.
Yeah, it's a not
alien film. Not
a waste of time, not fun. Just a whatever thing, whatever. But I remember walking out of there happy because of the ending of the film. I was like, all right, that was actually enjoyable. Mm-hmm. Number 16, we got Pokemon the movie 2000. 2000. This is the one with Lugia.
That movie.
It's a lot of fun.
I also don't consider it a video game movie, but okay.
Number 15, we got Resident Evil Afterlife. I think
Afterlife, is that the last one? No, my God, I think that's the fourth one. Is that the one that is like a simulation?
This one came out in 2010, and this is the 3D science fiction one directed by Paul W.S. Anderson.
Is that the one? There's a boat.
I think this is the fourth one. Let me double check the plot. Resident Evil Afterlife. I think this is the one where they're in the prison. Because is it the one in the prison? Let me check.
I think it's the one with.
While still out to destroy the evil Umbrella Corporation, Alice joins a group of survivors living in a prison surrounded by the infected who also want to relocate to the mysterious but supposedly unharmed safe haven known as Arcadia. So this is the one where they have the pyramid head dude, right?
I don't remember it.
Well,
I remember it sucked balls.
Oh, there you go.
But
then
it was on par with the other ones, I suppose.
Yeah.
If I had to pick an absolute average in that franchise, that might be it.
All right. Number 14, we got Detective Pikachu, which I think 14 is way too low. It should be a little bit higher, especially considering that number 13 is Prince of Persia: The Sands of Time with Jake Gyllenhaal, which
I didn't watch it.
It was hot garbage. Hot garbage.
Are you saying that because Jake Gyllenhaal is hot?
No, it's because sand is hot, and people poop on it. Yeah. Anyway, the movie was terrible. Which again, it seemed like they just didn't really understand. It did really understand what the video game was about. In fact, if I'm not mistaken, I need to double check this plot because I don't know if I was so angry that I blanked it out. But I don't think he's even a prince. I think he's closer to Aladdin than the prince. And I'm not kidding. I don't remember him actually being, like the character from the video games. He might not even... A young fugitive prince and princess must stop a villain who unknowingly threatens to destroy the world with a special dagger that enables the magic sand inside to reverse time. So it has nothing really to do with the video game.
No, it's kind of the plot of the first game.
No, but he's not a runaway prince. He becomes a runaway prince because of what the...
Yeah, he becomes it.
Yeah, here it sounds like it's reversed. Like he accidentally stumbled into an accidental bad dude plot, which is...
I'm gonna say it might be just to avoid spoilers. Because, like, the bad dude is the guy who betrays him and,
Maybe. Do you remember the name of the character in The Prince of Persia?
Prince.
Of course, but... Here,
don't they call him the prince?
Here they say his name is Dastin. And let me just find the video game. Prince, Sands of Time. Yeah, he doesn't have a name.
Yeah, I always remembered him being called the Prince.
Yeah, the Prince of Persia. Yeah, stupid.
The point is, fine. You got to give him a name, I suppose.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. Because you can't be a runaway prince and everybody's just calling you the Prince.
I mean, we all know the best game is the second one anyway.
Oh, yes. Definitely. Warrior Within.
Yeah.
Love that. With the Dahaka chasing you. That thing was fucking terrifying. I could never get the ending where you actually have to kill the Dahaka, which I'm partly happy about, but I'm also kind of disappointed because I really wanted to fight the Dahaka.
You gotta get the water sword.
I never found it.
Well,
again,
didn't try hard enough.
You have to remember, this came out in a time where you couldn't just search the internet for stuff. All right, you had to actually play the game and explore it. And by that time, I believe that what was it, Prince Persia, the two towers. It's not two towers.
Not two towers. Two princes.
The two prince. Oh, this is gonna bug me. I'll look it up. But
wait. Prince of Persia, the two emperors, the two daggers.
Let me see. Oh, I know what it is. I found it. But do you want to see if you can guess?
Yeah, I want to see. I know the whole thing. It's he's got like his evil personality.
Yeah, the Dark Prince, which is not as fun as the Savage Prince from Warrior Within, but you're actually pretty close. We were very close.
The two princes, something like that.
No,
the two daggers.
Nope, we were closer with the two towers. We were way closer.
It's the two something, right?
Yeah. Do you want me to just put you out of your misery?
No. Okay, just for the sake of the podcast, I suppose.
The two thrones.
Oh, that's right.
We were right there. We were right fucking there.
The two thrones.
All right, so yeah, that movie sucked. Pokemon Detective Pikachu should be
great
way
games.
higher.
You should play them.
Yeah, I highly recommend them. I haven't played the newest one. What was it, like a remake or something?
Like an entire reboot. There was actually another one that was also just called Prince of Persia.
Yeah, that was like a reboot, right?
There was one that was a reboot, and then there was another one that was supposed to be like in between.
There's another one?
1 and 2.
Are they good?
Yeah, let me
I'll have to look it up.
I think it's actually like it's just called Prince of Persia. Well, the first one is called
The Sands
Prince
of
of
Time.
Persia: The Sands of Time.
I'll look it up because I'm a fan of the franchise. Moving on, number 12, we got Tomb Raider with Alicia Vikander, which, again, I didn't see it, didn't care for it, didn't hear anything special or horrible about it, so, all right, it's fine. Number 11, interesting. I don't know if you watched this one, because I didn't. Rampage with The Rock.
I did not watch it.
I'd
be willing to just because The Rock is fun.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of great things about it. And I mean, a lot of people say that it's an actual good movie. So I'm actually looking forward to watch it. I don't know why the gorilla is white. I have no idea why he's an albino gorilla. For me,
you couldn't get a black gorilla cast.
I also, oh man, just Hollywood, how dare you? But
damn racist.
But I guess what I remember from the game, it really didn't have much of a story. The only thing you focused on was just destroying shit. And honestly, I don't know how.
Honestly, I think those might end up making for the best video game adaptations because you can just make up a story.
Well, you
need a few of the core elements.
Here's the thing, though. I think that they basically used the name Rampage, and they kind of made their own version of Godzilla with King Kong. You remember the Peter Jackson? So I think that people liked it because it's giant monsters fighting, which is awesome. It's always a great solution for anything to have giant monsters fighting.
Which is exactly what the new Godzilla movies have been missing.
Exactly. But and I think that's why people liked it. Again, I haven't seen it. I will see it, but kind of waiting for it to be free somewhere because I don't want to pay for it. Anyway, moving on, we got the original Hitman movie with Timothy Olyphant, which was terrible. I have no idea why it's this high. Number 9, Warcraft. Did you ever watch that?
I didn't watch that one, but I heard.
I
heard it was tailor-made for the fans of the franchise.
Yes.
And it was very like incoherent to those who didn't know about.
That is a perfect description of the movie, because I was watching it, I was like, this is great. This every single thing here is like, I have issues with it. It wasn't perfect, but it's like, oh, this is fun, this is enjoyable, blah blah. And a lot of people who had never played the games like, but what about this? What about this? Like, oh, it's because of this, and this. Like, how the fuck am I supposed to know that? Like, you're supposed to have played the game. So yeah,
it's kind of similar to the Resident Evil 3D animation movies, where they have a lot of characters and references that you're supposed to know about, otherwise you're gonna be completely lost.
Yeah, so it's a movie made for fans, definitely.
Yeah.
But would I say it's a good movie? No, because
I would say the same thing about Advent Children, actually.
I guess, yeah. Well, no, because I hadn't played Final Fantasy VII, and I watched the movie and I loved it.
Sure, but you only liked it because of the action scenes.
Of course.
Like
so what?
Story about...
Whoa! What's your point, bro? What's your fucking point? Ooh, I like fun stuff. I like I like flashing swords and shit like that. Oh, I like a dude fighting with a sword and a motorcycle. Fucking sue me, bitch.
Dario, what's materia?
I have no fucking idea. It's the planet. It's the name for their Gaia over there.
No, it's not.
Sorry. I know. I'm pulling shit out of my ass. I have no idea what materia is. I have no fucking idea. I don't even care.
What is the live stream?
No, dude, that's a game that I remember I played it once. I think it was at Kiko's house. And so I never really got to finish it. But that was after. The only reason why I actually cared about playing it was because I saw the movie and I loved it. Then I was supposed to get a copy of the remake for free, so that I was going to review it. And for some reason I haven't gotten it, so I haven't really played it. I'm very excited. I love it. I love the characters. Do you remember the little Sephiroth I bought myself in Japan? I love Sephiroth.
Yeah.
Sephiroth.
I play with it all the time.
You son of a bitch. You're the one who broke it. No. I love Sephiroth. To me, he's one of the greatest video game villains of all time. I love him in Kingdom Hearts. I love his theme song.
I like how you say that, and you have not played him in the video. You have not played the video game.
I know his story, okay? I know his fucking story. I don't have to play something.
Do you?
Yeah. The dude, basically...
you can't say basically.
I'm trying to... you gotta dumb things down when you do stuff, right? So, Sephiroth's mom is technically Mother Nature, and... No, Mother Nature kills him. Am I confusing him with somebody else? Who's the dude in Final Fantasy whose mom is Mother Nature?
I mean, that's X-Death from Final Fantasy V, but I don't think you've played that one.
No, then I'm confusing him with somebody else, and I think I'm confusing him with somebody from Kingdom Hearts. Who's the dude? All right. Sephiroth gets killed by Mother Nature, basically, because nobody else can defeat him. He's the... All right. He's the super soldier.
He's a super soldier.
Yes, the super soldier, and now I'm confusing him with Snake. Fuck, this is really gonna annoy me.
There are similarities, I suppose.
I know, but
his mother was an alien called Genova.
Wait, no, who the fuck am I thinking of? This is gonna bug me. This is gonna really. Why'd you have to bring this one up?
Kefka from Final Fantasy VI is a better villain, anyway.
No, because Sephiroth's cooler. He has one angel wing. And honestly, solid argument. Yeah. No. Okay. Yeah, I remembered. Sephiroth is a dude who's upset because they killed his mother, and he's basically going off for vengeance. Am I correct?
In a perverted way, sure, kind of.
Because they used her DNA to create other super soldiers.
They used the Genova cells to basically enhance their own super soldiers, yeah.
Uh-huh. And he's upset because they killed his mother. That's the thing that kind of drives him off the edge.
Well, it's kind of his mother. Basically, he was a fetus, and while he was a fetus, there was the scientist that injected him with the Genova cells, making him the most, genetically compatible with, like he was developed from the Genova cells onward.
Uh-huh.
And so he's like the perfect vessel for her. And once he discovers his origins, he like goes crazy, and he realizes that Genova came to Earth to completely destroy it and just eventually leave. And it's kind of, Genova was based off of The Thing from John Carpenter, where it's like a life form that goes to a planet and just destroys all life in it and moves on to the next one. So Sephiroth wants to complete that mission because he sees humanity as like scum who killed his mother.
It sounds like I should really play the game. Honestly, I'm just a fan, and I never really played it. Now I understand how certain people become obsessed with stuff they never even actually tried. You know, like or they know nothing about.
Yeah, I've been playing the original one.
I know that you played every single fucking Final. Your objective was to play every single Final Fantasy out there.
And I'm fulfilling that shit.
I know. I just watched the movie and I loved it. I played a little bit of 15. I saw the movie for 15, which was pretty good. It was highly enjoyable with a Sean Bean.
And it had great animation too.
Yeah, honestly, it's a pretty legit movie. It's not here on the list though, unfortunately. Mm-hmm. Let's move on. Yeah. Because we were supposed to be talking about Warcraft, and I don't know how it switched to Final
Fantasy. Just started ranting about Sephiroth.
True.
I'm sure somebody appreciated it.
I'm sure that a lot of people were upset that I couldn't fucking remember his fucking story.
I'm sure I just gained a lot of cred with my Kefka comparison.
Fuck you and your Kefka. Well, could you at least agree that Sephiroth has a better song? Sephiroth.
No.
Really? See, all right. What's the Kefka song? I want to hear it.
Well, I mean, there's his theme, and there's the final battle theme, which is Dancing Mad.
Yeah, whichever you prefer.
Well, do you want the character theme or the final battle theme?
The theme. And Kefka's the clown, right?
Yeah.
All right.
He was basically based off the Joker.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. So do the song.
Oh, it's Dancing Mad.
Dude, do it. Whatever it goes.
All
right, now what's the fight song?
It's a 17-minute prog rock song.
Prague rock? You mean from the city of Prague or what?
No, progressive rock.
Oh, that makes more sense. All right.
Yeah.
Try it. All right, stop it. I think Sephiroth sounds more epic, but whatever. We're moving on.
I mean, I'm gonna agree. One Winged Angel is more iconic.
Yeah, way better design with a massive samurai sword.
You mean a katana?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, okay.
Wait, no, it's not. It's not a katana. It's a samurai sword.
Samurais use katanas.
Wait, no, there's a difference between a katana and a samurai sword. A katana is way shorter. Katana is a Japanese sword, single edge blade, circular. I know that there's a difference between a katana and what's the ninja sword? Because ninjas use. Wait, no, ninjas.
Kotetsu?
There's a difference between these. I remember it.
I mean, of course, there's differences between Japanese swords. They didn't just use one.
I know, but there's a difference in the name. I know that there's a name for the shorter one, which is the one that the ninjas used, and there's the katana is the samurai one. You're right.
Yeah, I think you're thinking of kotetsu. Kotetsu is a short sword, I believe.
Maybe. I don't know.
I love how video game movies are so uninteresting. We're just veering off into these random topics.
Right? This is going to bug me. This is going to really bug me.
I mean, there's a whole bunch of different Japanese swords. There is one that is that's like super long and heavy.
I know, but
they're equivalent of a great sword.
But I think there's a specific name for a samurai sword. And
Sephiroth sword type. I mean, it's based off the Masamune.
Okay, nope, got that. Tachi.
This is a better topic. I like this one.
Swords. I don't know. Damn it! This is gonna bug me. Anyway, doesn't matter. Doesn't really matter right now. I guess it could be. What does katana mean specifically? It might just mean sword.
Also, I love how how your way of saying like, oh, that song is not better was by you saying, oh yeah, sing it.
No,
it's like, hey man. it's like, hey man, I think this Jeremy by Pearl Jam is a really great song. It's like, oh yeah, sing it. Like, oh, okay.
Bohemian Rhapsody, sing it. Let's hear you, bitch.
I bet
Let's see if it's better. Yeah.
This is real life.
You see, that's how you win arguments, bitch. That's how you do it.
I also skipped like 10 minutes into the song.
You went to the fun part?
I mean, the part that would be like the quote unquote memorable.
Yeah. Dude, I remember we were at the museum and they specified that there was a difference between them. Oh, this is going to drive me nuts. But let's assume katana. Let's just assume katana means sword.
Katana's like a style.
Yeah. Let's just assume that, and let's move on. Number 8, Resident Evil Apocalypse. I don't know if I just said it already.
That's the second one.
Yeah,
that's a good one.
Raccoon City. Number 7, Lara Croft Tomb Raider. That's the first one with Angelina Jolie, where she's running in slow motion with no bra on. Classic.
It's great.
Number 6, Final Fantasy Advent Children, which I think we've talked about enough.
Mm-hmm.
Number 5, Pokemon, the first movie. Now, here's something interesting. We pretty much already mentioned all our favorite ones, and we're barely at the top 5. So it should be pretty interesting to see what's moving on forward.
Pretty controversial, I'd say.
Number 4, Resident Evil, the first Resident Evil. Do you remember
I think Mila was kind of boring in that one.
Do you remember the one with the rooms that had lasers in it? That's
like the memorable scene in that.
Yeah, beyond stupid. Made no sense. I
always hate the lab parts in Resident Evil games. Labs are just kind of boring. I like the more urban environments.
Yeah, well, because zombies.
Yeah, that's the fun part about zombies, is imagining what you would do.
Exactly, you would run, stuff like that.
I'm not typically in the CDC, you know what I'm saying?
Number 3, we have Silent Hill.
I told you.
Yeah. And number 2, which is technically number 1, because number 1 I don't think counts. Number 1 is Wreck-It Ralph, so I don't count it. So
no, that's stupid.
Yeah, it's stupid. So number 2, technically number 1.
It's like picking pixels.
Exactly. Number 2, which is technically number 1, Mortal Kombat.
I can make peace with that one.
Yeah, honestly, I have a few issues with it. Mainly that the fights were with the way that the fight with Scorpion ends is pretty much bullshit. But do you remember how that ends?
No.
It's when he takes Johnny Cage to hell and basically takes off his mask and where he's a skeleton and starts setting things on fire. And for some reason, Johnny Cage, by cutting him in the stomach, he starts spilling out lava and sets himself on fire. It was bullshit. It was really, really hardcore bullshit the way that they killed off Scorpion, because Scorpion was kicking Johnny Cage's ass. It was honestly ridiculous. It was horrible. I love Johnny Cage, but he should have lost that fight.
And in canon, it should have been Sub-Zero.
Exactly. Well, Scorpion should have killed off Sub-Zero. Do you remember how Sub-Zero died?
Well, Scorpion kills Sub-Zero's dad, and then Sub-Zero's son. No, well,
and Sub-Zero kills all his family.
Sub-Zero is the father, and then the son becomes Sub-Zero, and he kills Scorpion.
I think he shows up in the second one, and I think it's the little brother. You mean the Sub-Zero without the mask, right?
I know there's 2 Sub-Zeros.
I think that's the younger brother. Anyway, doesn't matter. So yeah, the first one. And do you remember how Sub-Zero dies in that one?
No.
Liu Kang throws a bucket of water at him. So,
I tell you, this is a good movie.
Yeah. So, other than the ninja deaths, the 2 most iconic characters for Mortal Kombat being Sub-Zero and Scorpion dying.
Yeah, if I was making that movie, I would have just, like, in terms of fan service, I would just have Sub-Zero and Scorpion fight and kill each other.
Honestly, it would have been better. And yeah, way better. Because those, like I said, to me, those 2 are the faces of the franchise. Maybe Third place, definitely Raiden. Fourth place,
I'd say Johnny Cage probably.
Johnny Cage over Liu Kang.
Nobody gives a shit about Liu Kang.
That is true, but the two faces of the franchise are Scorpion and Sub-Zero for sure.
Oh fuck! What's the villain's name? Four arms.
Kato? No.
Goro?
Goro, yeah. Goro.
Yeah, Goro.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's more like than Liu Kang.
That is true. Goro. Bruh. Do you remember how he dies?
No, but
Do you remember who kills him?
Wasn't it Liu Kang?
No. It was my boy Johnny Cage. He gets him in the nuts with his classic.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Classic split. Boom. Right in the nuts.
Crack.
Right in the nuts. Yeah.
Fatality.
So there you go. Those are the best video game movies according to this rankings list, which I think was terrible. Honestly, Pokemon should be higher. Detective Pikachu should be higher. Sonic needs to be higher. And Resident Evil, the first one, definitely needs to be lower. Way, way lower.
Like, not way lower. It's one of the better ones, but that's not saying a lot.
But way lower compared to all the other ones that we mentioned.
Lower than Sonic.
Yeah.
Sonic is like the bar. From then on, it's the good ones.
Yeah, definitely agreed. It's setting the new bar on what a video game movie should be, at least a self-contained one. All right. That's it for today. As always,
I thought to myself when you gave the topic of video game movies, okay, this is just gonna be a short episode.
It could have been.
This is finally gonna be the one we make like in less than like 30 minutes or something.
We could have stopped if we just talked about like the pieces of news, but I want to go through the list because it's fun.
I mean, I don't mind it.
All right, so
gets me out of my video game stupor.
Exactly, and now I can continue finishing because I'm like in episode 20 of the NHK, so I'm gonna go finish that up. But as always, any comments, questions, or suggestions, you can find me at Dario the Show on Instagram or at SuperDario_World. Thank you for listening, and we'll see you again next time.
Bye.